Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Justina and today we're going to be talking about my content calendar structure. Basically, my content calendar is just my calendar on how I plan out my content. It keeps me in line throughout the whole year, so I'm still creating and keeping myself on track with my life, and that's it. Pretty much. I'm gonna try and make this as clear as I can. I apologize if at any point I get a little confused. It gets a little confusing. This is something I've tried working on for so long and trying to make sure I can get it as simple as I can. So bear with me. We're gonna get through this. Some of you guys on YouTube are thinking that's funny because you don't create content on YouTube. So what kind of content? You're right, I don't. I'm working on it. Sorry, haven't put it in my calendar yet, but I'm getting there. My main platforms that I'm using are Instagram and TikTok. This content calendar can be for any platform you want to use it for. It's just how I structure it to work for me. They have not created something that I have found useful for me, so I use two different things. I use a notebook. I think it's like a 100-page notebook. You can get as big as you want. You can get 300 pages, you can get 200 pages, whatever you think you're gonna need to write down all your ideas, get that size. And then I also get a calendar. I could get a big calendar. I chose to get a small one because I want this to stay with me at all times. Let's say I'm out with a friend or something and they ask me, like, hey girl, what you doing next week? We should go out and hang out or something. Like the whole pandemic ain't here, you know. You have your notebook on you. You can look at your schedule, what you have planned that day, rearrange it if you need to. We'll do. There are several steps that go into creating content. Your main purpose in creating content is to support your business, to support yourself, your makeup, your art, a clothing business. You could pertain it to photography, cooking, whatever it is that you do, you can pertain it to that. You can use a content calendar. I think it's extremely important because I work a full-time job just like more than 90% of the world probably, and I need something to think for me. I can't afford to have myself thinking every single day, what am I doing? What's happening when I'm doing this makeup look? What's happening when I'm painting this painting? Like, I need things to think for me. Okay, let's get to business. Step one. First thing I do is brainstorm. I brainstorm everything I want to do. Don't put this into this notebook. Don't put it into that pretty little notebook that you're going to have. Not yet. Not yet. You want this to be somewhere you work. It's you're constantly working in here, but you don't want your brainstorming to be in there. This is just my preference. I don't like all my scratch papers type of stuff in there. I like to clean that scratch. I like to put it all on a random piece of paper, pull out some paper from somewhere else, get to business, just brainstorm and make it look crazy, make it not make sense. And then I like to clean that up and then put it into my notebook. I want to think about every look that I'm going to create. What do I want every look to have? Do I want pictures? Whatever, you know, you creating clothing. Do you want to start making videos of you creating a recipe? Brainstorm. It's important. You want to get all of your ideas. Just throw it up on a piece of paper. You'll get to clean that up later. Step number 2. You want to figure out how much content you want to create for the whole year. Yeah. Then you want to figure out how much content you want to create for the month. Then you want to figure out how much content you want to create for the week. This is probably the most important piece because you want to make sure that you're holding yourself accountable. If you take 100 projects and you divide it up by 12 months, you get 8.333. Obviously, you can't do just a third, but every project. You can probably get 8 to 9 projects done a month. If you plan out your calendar correctly, you can knock that out. If you feel like 100 is too much, lower it. Do 80 projects. Whatever fits your schedule, then go from there. And then you're going to break it down by your week. So you know every week what you're walking into. Sometimes I have 2 to 3 projects that I'm working on in a week. That's fine with me. That works for my schedule. If it's one for you, pick one, then dissect it. Holding yourself accountable to a number means everything. Step 3. Now you're going to take all your brainstorming and you're going to create your theme of what your niche is. Let's say you're a stylist. I want to create 20 projects of me showing how I create 20 outfits. Figure out your themes of your projects. Like for instance, for me, I have Halloween. That's my time that I do all my face paintings, and I like to push out as much content in Halloween as I can. Let's say I'm going to create 25 projects for Halloween, and I like to also do Christmas theme painting. So that's like another, I'm going to say 7 looks for Christmas. So I like to theme out my projects, and then I have like my random throughout the year projects. Whatever your theme is, go with that. You're going to do each month you want to do a certain theme. Let's say you are an artist and you want to do the first month to be based off of floral. Let's say the second month you want it to be based off of skulls. Let's say the third month, whatever. Create your themes for your projects, because that helps you find structure. It helps you find it just clean. It looks clean. It looks clear to you and what you're lining yourself up with. I'm creating in a way that helps me stay organized. Step 4, figuring out what platforms you want everything to go on. That is so important. Are you doing Twitter? Are you doing Pinterest? Are you doing TikTok? Are you doing Instagram? Are you doing... Get that figured out so that way you know what you're going to need, what type of frame you're going to need when you're going into recording. If I'm thinking YouTube, you're going to want to probably record horizontally like I'm recording now. If I recorded vertically and I'm trying to put that on YouTube, you're only going to use a portion of your screen. If you're trying to do TikTok, you want to avoid doing too much horizontal work. Figuring out your platforms will help you figure out what format you're going to be creating your content in. Step 5. Figuring out the content piece of it. You want to figure out how much content do you want from each thing? What kind of content do you want from each thing? Do you want videos? Do you want TikToks? Do you want Instagram photos? Do you want IG posts? Do you want IGTVs? Do you want a YouTube video? All of that stuff. You want to take each look that you're doing and write down what it is that you want from each one. Planning a month to 2 months before the new year is going to help you so much, because you're going to have to do a lot of research to make it, work for you. It's going to be a little intense at sometimes because it requires you to focus in and create a structure that works for you. But I'm telling you, once you've sacrificed a month or whatever it is to create your content calendar, you will have a breeze when creating your content, because it's just so easy for you to go back and look at what you've already prepared your mind to do. So you don't have to think, your content calendar is thinking for you. Step 6, figuring out the structure to your videos. It's kind of piggyback off of what I was just saying. I go back to TikTok a lot because it's like my favorite app right now. Speaking of that, if you want to follow me on TikTok, here it is right here. _ Justina Victoria. Boom, boom. Back to step 6. You got to figure out what you're going to create on TikTok. Are you just going to do transition videos, or do you want to create little mini tutorials? Do you want to do funny comedy skits? If I'm thinking about my makeup art, let's say I'm still doing Ursula. What do I want to create out of Ursula? Do I want to show the tutorial of Ursula? Do I want to just show funny videos of Ursula? Do I want to just do talking videos like how she, I'm mimicking what she's saying in the videos? What do I want to create? That's where you create your structure for everything that you're doing. Figure out what you want from each platform. Number 7, figuring out what you need. I'm going to speak again from my perspective as an artist. Let's say I need to create a makeup look and I need to get 4 props. Let's say I need a staff, a bright pink shirt, a crown, and a cape. In my brainstorming, I'm going to need to write that down on what I'm going to need, because you don't want to get to the day where you're having to create the look and you're missing 3 of your props that you're going to need. You figure if I'm spending 8 hours creating something, I want to get it done one and done. I want to get everything I need in that one time and not have to look back and be like, dang, I wish I did that. That's what you don't want. You want to get all your stuff, your ducks in order, okay? You want to get them in a row so you can knock this bad boy out and get it done. Brings you step 8, okay? Your deadlines. You need deadlines. That's how you make stuff happen. Deadlines are your best friend. Some people don't like them. I personally love them because it keeps me on track with what I gotta do. How you create your deadlines is, when do you need something by? For me, if I'm creating 25 looks for Halloween, I know I got a deadline of really by the end of September. When October comes, I want to have all my content in order. That's my goal. You figure if I got to create 25 looks for Halloween, do I want to be smashing out 25 looks in September like Justina did back in 2020? Absolutely not. There's 2 things you want to do. The first one is figure out when you want to film or create your project. Second is figure out when you want to post or release your project. That is how you're going to structure your deadlines. Because if you have to create a look in October, you probably want to start this look maybe in late July or August, whatever you're more comfortable with your schedule. Step number 9, scheduling it out. This is the fun part. This is where you get to figure out how crazy your life is about to be for the next couple of months. That's the truth. Scheduling it out is literally scheduling it in your little planner. You figure out what you're going to need to do every month. Let's say I need to create 5 looks in a month. That means I'm probably going to be doing one a week. On one of those weeks, I'm going to be doing 2. If you have a friend that calls you and she's like, hey girl, what you doing? And you're like, nothing, I just chilling at the house. And the next thing you know, you about to go out to eat tomorrow because that's what y'all discuss. You can organize your schedule in that moment. Let me move this project 3 days later and I get to hang out with her and I still get what I need to get done. Boom. Ta-da. Your schedule is fixed. You organize your calendar to what suits you best. The point is that the calendar thinks for you. That's how amazing it is having a clean, organized schedule. It holds you accountable to what you got to do no matter what, and still keeps you in order. It keeps you in order with what your life and what you got to do to create projects and create your calendar and create your life. I got to answer to her. I don't get to make decisions by myself anymore. Okay, she needs to be nurtured. She needs to be cared for. She needs to be considered. That's what this is here, okay? Step 10, last but not least, schedule downtime. Schedule time with your children, schedule time with family, schedule time with friends, schedule time with your wife, your husband, whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, your dog, whatever. Make time to meditate, make time to work out. I can't even believe I just said that because that's one of my problems. That's the reason why I gain weight over quarantine. But mind your business. Things get too hazy, things get too crazy, things fall off, you forget things. That's the beauty in having your schedule, is you keep yourself accountable to you. Okay, so you don't feel like some days you're slacking and some days you're doing too much, and it gives you a nice even balance of your life. So with that being said, I hope this video helped you guys. It is, I know it's a lot of information, but I promise you, your life is gonna be easier. I'm not gonna BS you. I am not gonna BS you. Creating this whole process is a beep. I'd rather spend several hours trying to get this whole thing together and save myself, hours trying to figure this out in the moment, because one thing I had a problem with is that I would finish a look and I would sit there on my phone for 3 hours trying to figure out, what am I going to do to finish this look? How am I going to get as much content as I can get out of it, being that I've sat here and I painted my face for 9 hours and now I'm sitting here looking stupid because I'm sitting here trying to get as much content as I can out of it. I'm not doing that. So I personally rather spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks creating my whole content calendar. Get yourself a nice little dinner, sit down with your piece of paper, sit down with your journals, your scratch paper, your brainstorming, whatever, and get to work. Once you get it done, you will never have to think about it again until the next year. Trust me, this process works. Trust me, this process works. And just to prove my point, from October to December, I created my looks in 2020, and November I didn't create anything. So really it was just October and December. I knocked out my looks based off of my content calendar that I put together in like a week, and I just knocked out the rest of the 2020 just to make sure I finished it strong. And I ended up gaining over 11,000 followers on TikTok based off of the content that I provided and I organized my life to create. Okay, I am now, I think, at 16,000. Mind you, in October, I started out at like, I think 300 followers. So that's huge for me. And I thank every single person who has followed me and checked out my TikToks and any other platform that I am on. With all that being said, I done talked all your ears off. So if you guys would like to see me create more videos on stuff like this that kind of helps you organize yourself as a creative, let me know down in the comments below. I am more than happy to talk about it. I just try my best to make myself as clear as I can. Sometimes it's really hard because I'm figuring this out as I go. And I'm just kind of sharing what works for me with you guys and hope that it helps you with your journey. To see some of the content that I create, you can follow me on Instagram right here, which is Justina Victoria Art. Okay, right there. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, my TikTok is _Justina Victoria. That's it right there. Excuse me. Right there. Okay. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give this video a big thumbs up. And if you wish to see more videos of me creating stuff like this, first of all, you gotta let me know down in the comments below, but then subscribe to my channel. Let me know that that's what you want to see. And just so you get that extra notification that lets you know when I have posted, because sometimes YouTube be covering up videos when people post stuff. No shade to YouTube, but just saying, hit the notification bell on the side. It'll let you know every single time that I post a new video so you don't miss it. If this video worked for you and it helped you understand your content calendar, let me know, because it lets me know that I'm on the right track and explaining stuff to you guys. With all that being said, I will see you in the next video.